What's going on, guys? My name is AK back again with another YouTube video. Now in today's video we're talking about hidden lines of sight. Now this is going to be part one of probably two parts. I'll be going through every single map and showing you all of my hidden lines of sight that I know, because I've been playing the game for quite a while now and I've actually discovered quite a few of these. So some are good for getting kills, some are good for sort of nades and stuns, and some are just good for getting information, but still going to be very helpful for you. So if you're enjoying today's video, be sure to drop a like and let's jump straight into our first map, which is Raid. So the first spot I wanted to show you is here, actually inside the house. Now, if you saw my raid sniper spots, you would have seen this spot already. But essentially, if you come onto here and just sort of edge your way up a little bit, you can actually get a very tight angle into laundry. Again, probably not going to be able to get a kill unless they're actually hugging sort of that left side of laundry, sort of this side of the window here. But definitely something that you can use to get some information for your team. Now also in Zig, there is actually a very tight sort of angle that you can use here to actually shoot people that are camping in the money door, or sort of holding sort of that money door. And also if you play here off the start of the round, it doesn't actually tell the enemy that you're challenging mid, like you don't make yourself very obvious in mid. But if they do push out and sort of hit towards the water step side, you can actually just pull this angle and then actually get kills as they cross there. You're quite hard to see, so definitely a good spot. Also, while we're in Zig, another little thing, not so much a hidden line of sight, but something that you should try and do. You see a lot of the pros do it, is actually go prone here and then crawl around this corner off the start of the S&D or hardpoint, because the people in kitchen won't actually be able to see you do that. But you can creep around and actually see anyone that pushes into P5 or sort of pushes up towards pillars on that right side there for them. So, good little spot to know about. Our next spot is actually in sort of water steps here. You know, you can sort of walk along here a little bit and actually get a watch into basketball. So this is good for P4. If they've actually set up in P4, you can watch them from the mid stairs here. Also, while we're here on the water steps, you can actually come the other side as well and use that to watch the push out of the bottom of bedroom. And if you crouch, you can get a very tight angle on the top of bedroom. Again, you're probably not going to be able to pick up many kills from doing this, but certainly actually playing information and being able to call it out for your team, maybe if you have someone here that might actually be able to take the gunfight, is going to be helpful anyway. Now, for the next spot, we're actually in the top of the bedroom, and that's actually if you break this window, you can actually come out and challenge gunfights in Tiki and actually sort of towards the outer side there. So actually, if you're past this pillar, it is dangerous, because if you fall off, you actually fall out of the map. But if you come to this glass window here and you fall out, you actually just fall into the water. So you won't die, but yeah, it's a good spot to know about. The next spot is actually if you come to basketball. Now, this is one that you're just going to play information for, but if you jump on this back box here and wait a full recharge, so you can do a very high jump, you can actually see into bedroom. Only for a very brief amount of time, but certainly something that you can play the information for. Now, a very common spot that quite a few people know about, but I thought I should just include it anyway, is actually if you come on this box here and either edge to the side, you can watch the push out of the bottom of sort of the art room there, or if you just stand in the middle of it, you can jump and then actually either get people weak or call the information for people in the top art room. Last but not least for Raid, just something that I thought would be worth mentioning is you can actually look underneath these vans here. So off the start, actually, if you're sort of trying to head glitch this and try and get some kills there, quite easy for them to kill you from there. Whereas actually, if you're prone underneath, you can get quite a few kills from there nice and easily. Now, you can actually do that on the other van. You can see underneath this one, although the actual line of sight that you can aim down sight from isn't actually as good. But I guess maybe for a pillars push, or if someone's actually hitting around the left side of the hill, you might be able to pick them up from there. Unfortunately, the van in P3, you know, in garage, this van, you can't actually see underneath it, but if you angle yourself right, you can actually see people's legs as they run past. That will give you a maybe a millisecond or two early notice of their push, so you might be able to get a few extra bullets in there and maybe win a gunfight or two because of it. But that is about everything I have found for Raid. I mean, drop anything in the comments if you know any other lines of sight that I should give a try, but next we'll be moving on to Checkmate. So next we are on Checkmate. Now, we've got a lot of good spots on Checkmate. So starting off, this is one that is probably for P4 or maybe for an S&D. If you actually walk up onto this barrier, you can see the push up A Street. It's quite a tight one, but definitely one that you can nade. You can use that to actually get a sort of a better placed nades into P4. But, you know, you can actually perhaps pick someone up in the hill there if they're sort of positioned in the right place. Now, next is a spot that's actually on P5. Not many people actually know you can do this, but you can actually look through the crack in these boxes and watch the people that peek the exit door there by playing. Very good spot, definitely if you're in P5 trying to lock this down and there's someone trying to challenge you from in plane. Being able to shoot them through there is definitely a good one to know. On the subject of P5, actually coming to these backwood steps, like we did on the other side, and actually sort of positioning yourself here, actually allows you to get a lot of people that sit behind those boxes to actually capture the point. You can pick up quite a few kills sitting there, as well as get an angle, you know, on the backwood. So yeah, nice good spot to know. You can normally clear a few people out of P5 that will just help your team get that pressure, or at least take the enemy off the hill. Now, following up on these backward stairs, you can actually see through them. Now, it's quite a tight angle and there isn't too much utility on this side, but actually if you go to the other side, because you know this is quite a popular spot for people to sit, as well as that corner there, you know, they're quite nice little campy corners for people to sit. You can actually come here and get a very clear line of sight through there, so if someone's sitting in that corner, you can pick them up there. Now, probably one that you'd have to know to check, but if you do just quickly check that every once in a while, if you see someone cross or you think there's someone there, and then you can either retell it, or if you can shoot them through, give it a try. Now, another spot that quite a few people know about, but still worth saying, is actually if you jump up onto this wooden barrier here and then move to the right, you can actually get a watch on the back steps here, as well as a little bit into the top of the red tower. So a good one to know, just off the side of tube here, good off the start of search and destroy, and maybe off the start of a hard point in a spot that you're less likely to expect people to go. So yeah, definitely know that one as well. And lastly, I have mentioned this before, but another good little spot if there is people set up on the barrels on the plane wings, is you can actually look through both of the plane doors. So if there's someone set up sort of head glitching there, trying to peek that, you can sit in this plane door and pick up the kill there if they wrap back inside. Quickly take the gunfight there, and I'll just quickly run to the other side of the plane to show you that it works on the other door as well. Works for the, I think it's the barrels on that side wing, it's the boxes on that one, and yeah, the barrels on this side wing. So it works the same there, so good spot to know. So that's about it for Checkmate, and in the last map for today's video, we're moving on to Garrison. So first of all, we're starting in the garage. Now, you can actually sort of try and lock down the garage side here if you want to sort of lock down P3 control just there. You can actually sit in the garage here to, you know, watch the far boxes push and maybe the 18 push. But this is quite an easy spot for people to sort of expect you to be. So instead, you can actually lay prone and then look through the wheels of the truck. And this is a lot harder for them to actually see you, and also gives you sort of a very easy sight on them. Also, people can push into the garage without actually realizing you're there, and so you can then take that gunfight being sort of nice and hidden. So good spot to know. This also works on the other sort of truck at the back of the garage for the 18 push, although a little bit harder, and you don't get the push up on this side, which quite often people will like to try and get set up here to try and keep you in a spawn trap. So really being able to watch this side is a little bit better. So sit there under the truck and you'll pick up quite a few kills. Now, not really a sort of a secret line of sight, but one that I should mention. Now, a lot of people off the start of a hardpoint will jump up onto here to try and take the P5 gunfight. You know, the people that jump up onto the boxes that side. Very common sort of mid-challenge or maybe an 18. But actually, a spot that you can play is on the back here, and that gives you the same line of sight, but you have a lot more cover. This actually will head glitch you, and you'll be nice and covered. Whereas jumping up on here, you're fully open to get shot from there. If anyone pushes top green, you're open to get shot. Anyone that pushes sort of mid. So you're a lot more open here. So actually jumping up either onto this one at the side here, or to this one at the back here is a little bit better. So try that next time. Now, we're on to P2 now, so you can actually jump up onto the radar truck here and look through here to pick up anyone that pushes on the back of the crate there. So if you're stuck on the satellite and you know there's someone there trying to shoot you, you know, crouch here, see if you can shoot through here and pick up the kill. Alternatively, if you're the other side on the street here and you're actually trying to push P2, make sure that you notice that you can actually shoot under this truck here. If you see people's feet sticking out, and they're quite easy to kill if they are, so, you know, just sort of start shooting, at least get them weak with their feet, and then go challenge them in hill, or maybe, you know, even pick up the kill. Nice little spot to know about. And actually, if you're in the hill, you can't really use that. You try and lay prone to actually look under this truck, and your line of sight is actually very obscured by that bar there, so not very good for defending the hill, but for trying to break it, it's quite good. Also, if you're trying to defend P5 and you're sort of trying to lock down this square area, what you can actually do is you can actually lay prone and look under the push here of this sort of rusted truck thing. Not really sure what it is, but sitting out here, and you can actually watch the push either through mid or towards you. Probably best done with a sub, you know, because it will be a close range gunfight when you do take it. But again, gives you that information, allows you to pre-fire, and probably help you win the gunfight. And our last little spot for Garrison, and I suppose the last little spot in this video, is for if you're being spawn trapped on P5, you know, you'll get someone set up in the top green there, perhaps someone on the side crate there, trying to keep you spawning in this deep back area here. Now, in order to do this, you want to stop that AR presence that's getting you trapped in the corner. So being able to use a tight angle like this to actually clear people out of top green is a very good one to know. There are a few of them around these tanks. I think you can sort of sit the other side here and sort of manipulate a tight angle, but this is the one that I like to use. Very, very tight here, and you can shoot that, as well as actually get eyes on on lights if anyone tries to push you there. So good little spot to know to sort of get yourself out of the spawn trap in the back of P5. So when I first recorded this video a couple of days ago, I was actually only going to do 3 maps, but we've had Standoff very quickly added into the competitive rotation, so I decided I'd throw Standoff on the end of this video as well, just so that we've got 4 and 4. So I'm not going to waste any more time, let's get straight into it. Now, the first spot is one that if you've watched my bomb spots video, you'll actually know this, but you can jump in this window frame bit here and actually watch the push towards the double windows. More so the leftmost window, this one here, but definitely another good spot, another way to challenge that, but a lot more hidden. From the back of the hay area here, you can actually watch the double windows through the back of this, or through the windows on the truck here. Does count as a wallbang, so it takes a few more bullets to kill, but definitely a lot more hidden than standing out here. Also, if you want to watch the tractor push, you can actually jump over these hay barrels and actually get a little bit of information. Now, probably don't want to be challenging gunfights here, or certainly only if you're going to try and tag them up. I doubt you'll be able to get a kill there, but another good way to check that. Also, in the deep back of the spawn here, maybe you're trying to anchor or for whatever reason, you can actually sit at the back here. There's a hole in this wall, so you'll actually be able to watch anyone that pushes back this way, as well as if you angle it right, you can actually see into the back of the kebab shop. So maybe on S&D, if they get the bomb down and you quickly wrap to the back, see if they push out the back, something like that. Good little thing to try. But if not, yeah, maybe if you're holding spawns, again, trying to watch the push through the back, good little spot to know. Also, if you jump on top of the tractor, you can get a lot of information. First of all, you can see anything towards the back there, that bit just out of the back of the shop. Quite often you see people head glitching that, so they probably won't expect you to try and chow that through the bush, so good one to know. As well as if you turn around, you can actually see a little bit of the balcony there. Now, not loads, it's not the best spot, but maybe if there is someone sitting in that corner of the balcony, you can pick them up from here. And speaking of these boxes at the back, you can actually jump on top of these boxes and get quite a lot of vision throughout mid-map. So into the kebab shop there, a little bit of P1. Now, if they're pushing from this side, I wouldn't really jump on top. I'd just head glitch this, you know, play the angle. But if you're looking for some information mid, by all means, jump on here and have a little look. Also, all the tanks on this map, you can actually look underneath them. So for this one, it's probably the best. You can get a watch on the back of the kebab shop, and also this is a bomb spot. The bomb's there, so if you want to watch the bomb from under here, you can do that as well. Also, the statue, if you jump onto the ledge here, you can actually look underneath this and play a little bit of information. Now, what I tend to do is, as you can see, my actual sight is not sort of through the gap, because when it goes through the gap, where you're looking actually goes blurry. I don't know if you can see the difference there, but keep your gun sort of off the actual gap, and then move it into the gap when you want to try and take the gunfight. And the last spot for today's video is actually jumping onto the ledge outside the top of P2. So if you can jump on this ledge and very carefully sort of edge your way across the to the far edge of the ledge before you actually fall down, you can see the cross towards the back here. Now, maybe not the best one to actually like challenge a gunfight unless they try and head glitch peek around the corner, but definitely a good one to play the information. I mean, if you move too far, you do actually fall off. Now, I suppose you could challenge it from here as well, but that's maybe not as good. So yeah, if you can hop onto the ledge and use that spot, that's quite a good one as well. But that is about it for today's video. Really hope you guys have found this one very helpful. In the next episode, we're going to have Apocalypse, Moscow, Express, and Miami, I believe, whatever the remaining maps are. So I'll go through, find all of my favourite hidden spots for that, and I'll turn that into a video, hopefully coming sometime soon. But really hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you did, be sure to drop a like, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.